Howdy y'all, this is Mary with True Leather Girl. I'm here set up to run my St. John Paul II collection in the Glowforge. So I wanted to do my first documentary vlog thing to show you my process mostly from start to finish. I've already posted a video showing the dyeing the leather part of this project, so I'm not going to include that in this just for time. But I will kind of backtrack, show you me cutting the leather, at least part of that. I'll probably show clips of everything just because, and some of it's going to be time-lapse, just because it will end up being a very long process if I show the entire video. So bits and pieces just to give you an idea, show you what it's like. Like I said, I'm here at my Glowforge, got my stack of dyed leather ready to run. Got my window set up. That's how we vent the air as the Glowforge is running out the window. So I'll start by showing you how I mask the leather first to minimize any burn marks. We end up with basically no burn marks on the fronts of our work, just some on the backs. So we have the cutting first, then I'll skip the dyeing. We'll do the masking, running. I'll show you just little bits of running in the Glowforge so I don't have to leave my phone the whole time, but I'll show you how long each run takes for each thing, because each one does kind of take a while, but this part of the process is nice because I can just leave it, go take care of the kids, go fold laundry, whatever I need to do while it's running, and then I'll have to paint and do some finishing work. So I'll show you all of those steps. And just one quick, I guess kind of sorry, not sorry, I don't have a very professional setup right now. I'm just starting the channel, so maybe in the future if things work out, because who knows if they will, I might have a better setup. But for now, I just have my phone and my simple workroom. So we're just going to be working with that, and it is what it is. So hopefully you enjoy this, walking you through my process, and I'll see you at the next step. Okay, there are kid noises in the background, so hopefully this will be alright. Just a quick note, I realized that I actually ended up wasting a lot of masking tape on this particular project. That's something that I usually try to take into account. Sometimes it's just not possible. I like to minimize waste in general as much as possible, but for this particular project, that was where the majority of my waste came, was just from the masking tape. So like I said, try on other projects to be better about that, but yeah, that's about it. Now we're ready to run the Glowforge. And here is our leather inside the Glowforge. This is the piece specifically for the earrings, and we put magnets down to hold the leather in place while it runs. So we're gonna go set up on my laptop and get it started. Okay, so here are the earrings set up on the Glowforge bed. There is a little excess leather that I can save for something else. The leather I do save. The masking just can't be saved. And then here's how long it's gonna take. It's gonna take almost 30 minutes to run these earrings. So let's get started. And there are the earrings finished running. Sorry for the fan background noise. We're gonna move on to the necklace pieces. Peek at the necklace pieces. This piece was actually supposed to be bigger and I ended up making it a little too small. So that's okay, because it'll just mean 8 earrings instead of 10, and there will be a little excess leather which I will just save to do something else with, and this will take about 30 minutes, just a little longer than the last one. So that's about it for that. are ready to do bookmarks. This piece has a little excess leather because I was originally going to make some keychains out of this, but I repurposed it for this. So I'll just, again, save that scrap for something else that's small. It'll take about an hour and 16 minutes. And after that, we'll be able to move on to keychains. That'll be the last couple things we have to run in the Glowforge. So let's get started. All right, here are the bookmarks. After running those, I'm going to take them out, and then I'm going to run the keychains. And as luck would have it, my laser stopped working right before I ran the keychains. So I'm either going to cut the keychains out of the collection for now and do them later when I have time, or if I can get the laser to work, then I might try to go ahead and get the keychains done. But I might just, no stress, and cut the keychains. But at least I have my earrings, necklaces, and bookmarks for this collection, and I will continue with the rest of the steps, and I'll have to troubleshoot why the laser stopped working, because Christmas time's coming up and I've got other stuff to do. So yeah, that's about it for now. We've got a break for dinner and bedtime routine and all that. This tends to be, sorry, kid noise in the background. This tends to be my longest day when I run stuff in the Glowforge. Most days I don't do that much business stuff during the day. I just focus on the kids in the house and whatever else I need to do. But when I run the Glowforge, it can be a long day. So we're almost done, and I will see you tonight. At least for me, it's tonight. When I get to painting, because I have to paint all of this stuff tonight. So, yep. Till then, signing out. All right. I finally have the kids down and I'm ready to get to work painting. I'm not going to show this part of the process because this is kind of our secret of the trade process. I will dust off the ashes from the engraves and then I will paint. I will show you once the painting is done, and then tomorrow I will, once the kids are in bed, so pretty much no work on this collection during the day tomorrow night, I will edge paint all of my pieces, and that part I will be recording. So I know for you it's all one video, but for me, I will see you again probably tomorrow night, because I probably won't get to the point where I can show the finished painted pieces tonight. So I'll probably just call it good for today and finish up tomorrow. So thanks for sticking with me this far, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the process. All right, it is another day, about 24 hours since I last recorded. I am setting up to do a couple of finishing steps before assembling some of the finished products. So quick update. While you are looking at all these beautiful pieces that are now painted, thankfully my laser is working again. It stopped working and then it's decided to work again. I'm so grateful to God because I was kind of stressing out. So that is fixed. However, I decided I'm just going to cut the keychains out of the collection for now and focus on other things. Just finish the collection with the bookmarks, necklaces, and earrings, and call it a day, because I just need to take a little step back and not overwork myself. So what we're going to be doing tonight is taking the necklace pieces, which are these larger circles, and gluing them together like so, because what I like to do is with my necklaces, oh, you couldn't even see that, like so. I like to glue my necklace pieces together so that there are decorative pieces on the front and the back, because necklaces, at least necklaces on a chain that are lightweight like this, tend to twist and turn. I tested out necklaces last year without any backs, and I kept having this issue where it would flip and then all you could see was the back, and I really got annoyed with that. So my sister actually helped me think of doing this, and so that's what I'll be doing with these. We'll glue them together, and then I'm going to edge paint all of these pieces, the necklace pieces, the earring pieces, and the bookmarks. I am so excited. They turned out so beautifully. I don't think I even really explained here any of my design inspiration. There we go. So my whole inspiration for the John Paul II collection obviously is a mountain range. So I am particularly inspired by his outdoorsness. That's not a word. How much he loved the outdoors, and a lot of his connection with youth occurred outdoors. So during Nazi Germany, when he was a young priest, he used to take the other young Catholics in the community into the mountains to hike and to pray. But you weren't allowed to travel with a priest, so he would pretend to be their uncle, and so yeah, that's basically the amount of the story that I remember. But that is the entire inspiration behind this. Very simple, but just that outdoorsy feel. I love the golden brown is the dye that I used. If you watch the leather dyeing video that's separate from this, you'll see my big old bottle of golden brown dye, just because it has almost this earthy tone to it, which I just think complements this beautiful olive green. It's a Angelus leather paint olive green, and then the white, of course, just makes it pop like snow tops of the mountains. Yeah, and that's all there is to it. So, like I said, some of the paint sometimes ends up on the edges, and so yeah, you can see all that green. So I like to edge paint. Also, actually, you get kind of this ashy feel from the Glowforge when it cuts, and then it can get on your fingers and can kind of just come off over time. Then that edge will kind of wear down and not look so nice and dark. So we edge paint the majority of our work. There are some pieces I don't edge paint, and now I'm rambling. If they're very small, then it's just a little bit of a pain. But all of our bigger pieces like this, and even these earring pieces, I will edge paint so that we don't have any issues of paint on the edges, and so that we can cover up that ash, give them a nice shiny finish. So I will speed up the process of gluing, because that's pretty boring, and then I will slow down the video to show you a few items being edge painted, and then I'll either speed it up for the rest or just show you a little bit and then move on. I haven't decided. So I'll be back in a minute. inefficient and it takes a very long time. So we have this amazing tool, and I'm gonna forget what it's called too. I know it's from Buckle Guy. It's a, well, I'm gonna think of the name while I put it together, in case you're curious how it goes together, so you know how it works and all that stuff. Edge paint roller or something. I'll think of it. Put it in the description or something. So just put it together like so, and I will open up my edge paint, which sometimes is a little hard to do. I should have done that first. So you gotta push the cap in and squeeze and turn. There we go, got it. And we fill up this well. Got some dry on the side there. If you notice, of course you noticed, I like to use and reuse my brown paper bags until they are absolutely covered in dry paint, because there's really no reason not to, and I am all about minimizing waste, both for cost-effective purposes and gotta take care of the resources God gives us. So that should be enough. This will go pretty fast. I'll just show you a few, and then we end up having to set our completed pieces on top of paint bottles to dry. So I have a few set up over to the side, but I also need to set up a whole bunch where my camera is right now, because around the camera you cannot see the disaster, because I need to clean up the table. It just gets cluttered because I'll work and then I'll go take care of the kids and I'll come back, and who has time to clean? I actually try to take care of the rest of the house a little bit more since the kids are out playing and this is my space. So when it's clean sometime, I'll show you. What was I thinking? Yeah, so I'm just gonna do probably one of each thing so you can see, and then I'll close up shop. And the last thing I'll show in this video will probably be some assembly, which will probably happen tomorrow for me. So lots of time traveling in this video. Oh my goodness, I forgot. You gotta move this all the way up here. But you can see, get the roller all covered in edge paint. And then I kind of just have to see how tight to make this. I'm sure there are tons of videos showing how to do this, so this is more geared toward if anyone is curious about our process. That's probably good. So I will start with a necklace. Let's see, I'll do the one that I glued first. Okay, and then just roll it on there. I kind of check. Sometimes I have to do a couple passes because I don't want to put it on too thick. If I put it on too thick, sometimes it goes over the edges. Okay, now we're working here. And I like to try to kind of seal up the in between the two pieces so it looks like one and it's beautiful. Okay, that's done. Let me get a couple of the earrings. I always check my fingers actually, because sometimes I'll get little bits of edge paint on my fingers, and then I have ruined a few pieces by then putting wet edge paint on the piece that I'm working on. Sorry, I'm talking kind of weird and slow because I'm focused. So just for the sake of showing you one of each, I have some pieces facing that way, some pieces facing the other way. So when you put them on, they're both facing opposite directions. I just like the aesthetic of that. Some of my pieces are exactly identical, but many of them are mirror images of each other because I just like how it looks. Okay. Also, while I'm working, this actually was the original size of my earrings. I started making quite large earrings, which is interesting because I'm more of a subtle person myself. But I'm starting to move more towards smaller earrings, like the ones that you see in this video, in this collection. You can still buy the larger earrings. Let's just check the edge. But I'm moving more towards the smaller earrings. It takes less materials, so I can charge less per pair. And a lot of people seem to just like the smaller. It's a little bit more subtle. It's a little less flashy. And the designs themselves are pretty involved as it is, so, I mean, which one would you rather wear? These ones are fun. They're very fun. But for day-to-day use or just going to church, something like this, for the most part, I find people just enjoy better. And if you're this kind of earring person, go you. I do like to wear some of my larger pairs. It just depends. It depends on the pair. And it depends on where I'm wearing them. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling, stop the video, and I will see you back for my tomorrow and for the rest of your watch. Alright, one more little tidbit here before I finish up this video. This is the last night that I'm working on getting the St. John Paul II collection prepared. So all of the pieces are completely done. I do need to do some assembly. What I do is I do not assemble every single piece. So you saw a whole bunch of pieces. I will assemble one of each pair. The small earrings, I will put one pair on earring wire and one pair on earring studs to give an option. And then for this one, the bookmarks are done. I just have to do a little bit of assembly for the necklace. That'll be super fast. I'm gonna probably time lapse it, but I wanted to speak before I do it instead of while I do it because the kids are asleep and the space that I have in this room is not very good for the lighting and things for recording this part of the video, and I like to make the assembly look nice and clear. So I'm going to go move over with my special piece of white wood paper to the kitchen table and do my assembly over there where it'll be a little bit better lighting. So hope you've enjoyed this video. I might do one little outro, we'll see. It's already probably going to be really long. But anyways, yeah, let's go assemble.